Thursday last week, Justice Nyanzi issued another interim order barring the Minister for Kampala, Frank Tumwebaze, from continuing with the council meeting to impeach the KCCA Lord Mayor until when the judicial review filed by the High Court is disposed of. The order replaced a temporary injunction that was issued by the Deputy Registrar of High Court, Fred Waninde, last Monday. Justice Nyanzi's ruling gave Lukwago more than a lease of life. It handed him an advantage in what has been widely described as the battle for City Hall.
The time is now for all the stakeholders in Kampala to sing in unison and say, let's forge a way forward. And my tormentors, please put down the daggers.
Yet, just a day later, government scoffed at Justice Nyanzi's ruling.
But as far as the lawyer is concerned, the mayor is concerned, Erias Lukwago is no longer the mayor of Kampala City Council.
This stand was premised on the grounds that the first interim order reached the Attorney General's chambers after the impeachment exercise was already done. Put simply, the interim order was overtaken by events.
Mark you, those temporary orders are issued to maintain the status quo. Now the status quo had changed. The councillors had met, they had taken it. So we are not refusing to implement the court order.
In fact, to legally concretize their stand, the executive is already filing an appeal against Nyanzi's ruling. Through the public eye, though, the executive is offering a deaf ear to the hammer of the judiciary. This has painted a picture of a wrestle between the two arms of government. Constitutional law Don Kabumba Businje indeed classes government's position on Nyanzi's ruling as a move towards the rule by law and not rule of law.
The Lukwago case for me is nothing new. It's just a reflection of a deeper and more systemic challenge of governance by law, and where the law is subordinated to governmental will as opposed to the government being subordinate to law. It's a very, very problematic situation where we are in now.
Yet, government's legal mind, the Attorney General Peter Nyombi, thinks otherwise.
The executive would like to implement court orders. The executive would like to maintain the rule of law and the order which it brought back to this country.
Makerere University political science don Dr. Aaron Mukwaya has a different view regarding government's take on Nyanzi's ruling.
The issue basically is that when there is lack of rule of law, lack of democracy, over-personalization of political power, chances are that the judiciary has to be undermined. As I told you earlier, it is very easy to joke with the parliament and even destroy it. But the judiciary has to stay even in a chaotic situation.
Tension between the two arms of government, that is the executive and the judiciary, continues to mount at the peak of Lukwago's impeachment saga. Now, constitutional and political scholars are warning that this is dangerous for the country's democracy and could throw the country into political turmoil.
The problem, therefore, of continuing this train of closing out political space and intruding upon the judiciary and emasculating parliament is that then you invite extra legal means of expression of political dissent, which is extremely problematic. No one wants that.
As Lukwago's showdown at City Hall continues gaining traction, the executive and the judiciary find themselves on a collusion course. The end result from this collusion will by no doubt have a knock-on effect on Lukwago's political life. SOLOMON SERWANJJA, NTV.